When performing multiplication or division involving square roots of negative numbers, always write square root of negative b as I square root of b before performing the operation. Square root of negative 2 times square root of negative 8. Square root of negative 2 is I square root of 2. And square root of negative 8 is I square root of 8. I times I squared, and 2 times 8, 16. I squared square root of 16. I squared is negative 1, and square root of 16 is 4. The answer is negative 4. Square root of negative 3 is I square root of 3 times 2 plus square root of negative 3 I square root of 3. I square root of 3 times 2, 2I square root of 3. I square root of 3 times I square root of 3. I squared square root of 9, 3 times 3. 2I square root of 3 plus I squared, which is negative 1, so minus 1. And square root of 9 is 3. So the answer is negative 3 plus 2I square root of 3. Negative 2 plus square root of negative 3 is I square root of 3 squared, which is negative 2 plus I square root of 3 times negative 2 plus I square root of 3. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Negative 2I square root of 3 plus negative 2I square root of 3, negative 4I square root of 3. And I square root of 3 times I square root of 3 is I squared square root of 9. Negative 4 minus 4I square root of 3. I squared is negative 1, so it's minus 1 times square root of 9, which is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. The answer is 1 minus 4I square root of 3. 3 plus I square root of 2 times 1 plus I square root of 32. 3 times 1 plus I square root of 32, we distribute 3 over 1 plus I square root of 32. And I square root of 2 times 1 plus I square root of 32. 3 times 1, 3 plus 3I square root of 32 plus I square root of 2 times 1 is I square root of 2 plus I squared, I times I, and 2 times 32, 64. I squared square root of 64. 3 plus 3I square root of 16 times 2, 32 is 16 times 2, plus I square root of 2. I squared is negative 1, and square root of 64 is 8. Minus 1 times 8. 3 minus 8 is 5. Square root of 16 is 4. 3 times 4, 12. 12I square root of 2 plus I square root of 2. Negative 5, and 12 plus 1 is 13. Plus 13 I square root of 2. Negative 3 plus I square root of 4 squared. Well, square root of 4 is 2. So it's negative 3 plus 2i squared. Which is negative 3 plus 2i times negative 3 plus 2i. Negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9. Negative 3 times 2i, negative 6i. 2i times negative 3, negative 6i. And 2i times 2i, 4i squared. 9 minus 12i plus 4 times I squared, which is negative 1. 9 minus 4 is 5, so the answer is 5 minus 12i. 5 plus I squared root of 2 times 4 plus I square root of 8. Now we're going to distribute 5 to 4 plus I square root of 8. And then I square root of 2 to 4 plus I square root of 8. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times I square root of 8. 5i square root of 8. 4 times I square root of 2. 4i square root of 2. And I square root of 2 times I square root of 8 is I squared. 2 times 8, 16. Square root of 16. 20 plus 5i. 8 is 4 times 2. So 5i square root of 4 times square root of 2. Plus 4i square root of 2. And I squared is negative 1. Square root of 16 is 4. Negative 1 times 4. 20 minus 4 is 16. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 5, 10. 10i square root of 2 plus 4i square root of 2. 16 and 10 plus 4, 14. 14i square root of 2.